Are you serious? Are you serious, folks? Are you serious? We have breaking news coming out of the Middle East. Israel has just launched a massive attack on Gaza as the 9th of Av has just begun. Typically, the 9th of Av, known as a time when Israel has suffered major catastrophes. For instance, the temple, the first temple destroyed in 586 BC. By the Babylonian Empire on the 9th of Av. Also, the second temple destroyed 70 AD by the Roman Empire, and a lot of others, like the Jewish people expelled from Spain. The last day they had to be out of Spain, 1492. A lot of other things. But we have a situation developing right now, breaking news out of Israel. Let me share this with you right now. Israel has launched a massive, I repeat, massive air raid on Gaza. Israel launches a massive air raid on Gaza. According to Russia Today, Israeli military aircraft have started a broad attack on Hamas positions in the Gaza Strip. The Israeli Defense Forces said in a statement, it comes after reports that an Israeli Defense Forces captain had been killed earlier today. The IDF views today's attack and the hostile activity orchestrated by Hamas throughout the last months with great severity. Hamas chose to escalate the security situation and will bear the consequences for its actions. That is a statement by the Israeli military. So on the 9th of Av, Israel is now in the process of a massive air raid taking place right now. I'm going to also give you another update here as well. Give me just a second as this news is just now developing. We just finished a live broadcast a moment ago, but I decided to come right back live to get up to speed on this. I want to thank Billy Night Train. I want to thank Reverend Gary and others for letting me know this right at the end of the broadcast of our day show that we just did. And here's what's going on right now. Major escalation. 11 minutes ago, I have a, give me 1 second here, I have a report just released 11 minutes ago by the Times of Israel of what's going on. Give me 1 second, I'll have this for you. And we know that this is a very serious situation developing. Here we go. The Times of Israel. The Israeli Defense Forces strikes deep into Gaza after troops come under fire amid talk of a fourth Gaza war. Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, arrives at the defense headquarters amid a fresh airstrikes on Gaza targets following a sniper fire at Israeli Defense Forces soldiers. 3 Hamas fighters are dead. According to report, Prime Minister says the gloves are coming off. Now, he's upset because it is the 9th of Av. It has just began there. It's right now 8:49 p.m. local time in Jerusalem. So the 9th of Av, it's also the Sabbath, began 2 hours and 49 minutes ago. The Sabbath and a holy day also being the 9th of Av. The Israeli Air Force launched a major wave of strikes across the Gaza Strip this evening, just minutes ago, as a cabinet minister said Israel was preparing a massive response to Hamas' failure to heap repeated Israeli warnings to end the violence, to stop this along the Gaza border. And at this time, our aircraft are carrying out widespread attacks against the terror targets belonging to Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The Israeli Defense Forces are reporting, adding that this came after the serious shooting incident against our forces, referring to a sniper fire at the IDF troops during a riot on the border earlier in the day. So they created a riot, chaos on the border. Israeli forces go in to try to clear this up and slow it down. That brings them into the area where a sniper setting off from a distance was able to pick them off. This large-scale evening wave of air raids is the second round of Israeli strikes. In the first, Israel hit 8 sites, killing 3 Hamas military wing members. The evening raid targeted Hamas positions in the north, the south, and the center of the Gaza Strip, including their bases, their bunkers, their weapons storages, their tunnels, everything. The gloves are off, according to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and the killing of an Israeli Defense Force captain. The fresh air raids came as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu arrived at the IDF headquarters in Tel Aviv to join Defense Minister Lieberman and top Israeli Defense Force generals for a security assessment. The IDF spokesman, Rowan Manelis, did not rule out a major ground offensive. I repeat, did not rule out a major ground offensive, but said the IDF was not looking to enter into a full-scale conflict. Nothing less. The fire on their troops at the border was the most serious incident since the 2014 conflict. And Manila said that the IDF's chief of staff, Gadi Eisenhoff, had spent years since then ensuing that the army was ready for whatever response is necessary. So the troops are ready to go, and they're ready to go now. And Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the gloves are off. Now also, we have a response that said last week the Air Force carried out strikes that were described as the largest since Operation Protective Edge back in 2014, and we will look back at it after a response now and say it was a joke. The gloves are coming off. The situation is that Hamas has repeatedly ignored our warnings, both private and public. Now, Hadashot News analysts said that while Israel's response would be widespread, it was unlikely to include the entrance of ground forces. But Israel has not ruled this out. Israelis live close to the Gaza border. We're told stay closed inside, seal your rooms. Don't go to synagogue tonight. Do not go to Friday evening prayers in larger numbers, even though this is the 9th of Av. But stay indoors. So it's a very serious situation developing in the Middle East. Stay tuned. We will stay on top of the story and pray for the peace in the Middle East. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Certainly, folks, we are living in the last days. Shalom, shalom. Peace.